Welcome to the fastest daf in town. Today we'll start this Bava Batra, daf Kuf Ayin Vav. Can never say this except for Bava Batra. We are on the final daf, which is daf 176. We are going to actually begin on Kuf Ayin Vav Amud Aleph. This is going to be a shorter daf, as you'll see when we turn the page. We're by the two dots. Hoitzil of Ksav Yadashu Chayev Loi Goyim Nechasim B'nei Chayrin. So we said when it comes to, at least in our Mishnah, when it comes to Milva B'shtar, you collect Nechasim Mishubadim. However, when it comes to Milva B'al Peh, it's only Nechasim B'nei because there's no Kol. Now, let's say there is some type of promissory note. So you would think maybe that helps, but no, it's not considered to be Milva B'shtar. As we saw in the Rashbam, you need shtar and edim. This is considered to me still comparable to like a milva al peh. You only collect nechasim b'nei chayrin. So b'minei Rabba bar nasim Rav Yochanan. Huz chuchsuk ksav yadu b'beis din mai. What if? Let's go straight to the Rashbam. Lachar zman shemasul haloy v'malve. After some time, after it was given over the borrower to the lender, a document, a promissory note that in fact he owes him money. They go to court, and everyone agrees that this is the borrower's handwriting. The kosvulo based in henpek, and the based in writes this letter of authority and authenticating the loan. Who did nikra asharta? So that it's a verification of the document. Now does it have the status of a shtar with witnesses? Do we say that you can still collect the chasam mishubadim? Oh, Dilma, a couple lines skipped. Kim shtar enu moyel l'shem shtar el hachziku bebeisdin l'kamo shahem mikon m'chein. All it does is it verifies that which was done before. So therefore you can only still collect from b'nei chayrin. So where it says, so you only collect from b'nei chayrin property. So Rabbi bar Yechama shloisha getin psul. There's three cases in which the get is possible. However, for im nises vlad kosher, interestingly enough, even though you would normally think the Vlad would be a mamzer if she would have a child with another man because she's still married because it was a puzzle get. These are the three exceptions. Let's say it was clearly identified it was his handwriting. There's no witnesses regarding this. Or for Yeshua of Aiden, there are witnesses. There's no time written on the get. There's only one witness. These gittin are pasul. You can't get remarried. But if she did get remarried based on this get, havlad kosher. Now, Rabbi Lezer Omer afapi she'enol of edim, even though there's no witnesses, el shenostel b'fnei edim kosher. It was given in front of witnesses. That would be a good get. And you can collect from the chas mishubadim. And says the Rashbam, "Ve'ein bo edim el shemasu b'fnei edim," was given in front of edim, so gavin chas mishubadim. So Alma, skipping a couple lines in the Rashbam, hoitzil of shtar yado shu chayvlo. If there's a document which is verifying that I owe you money, umas b'fnei edim, it was given in front of witnesses, gavin mishubadi. Kol shein huksach bebeistin. Certainly, the case we said before should be going to shani hasam de mishas ksiva hu dishabid nafshe. Says Rashbam, Hilka Kivan the Rebbe Lezer Edi Masir Karti. He goes not based on the signatures of the get, but rather when the get is being delivered over, Ki'ilu Nechtemu B'Toich Shtar Dami. It's Ki'ilu like it's actually in the star. And the Rashbam says, our case is Kamil Val Pahavi. V'Sulo Matzah based in B'Kiyumin Lasosa Shtar Sheish Bo Achrayis Nechasim. Shari Lo Ladaskein Nichtav Mitchila. It wasn't originally written that way in order to be able to collect from the Chasim Mishubadim. Okay, TB10. Milva, which we did already. Okay. Weiter then. Okay. Arev hayotzel achachitum shtaris v'chulu. So our Mishnah said on Kuf Ayin Hamid Beis that let's say you have an Arev. Normally he's responsible to have to pay for the loan. If again, as we saw in Taisus a couple blot ago, depending on the situation. So what happens if he signs underneath the signatures of the document? So it kind of demonstrates that this person really, the Malva didn't lend based on thinking the Arev was in the picture. He was lending it to the Lova, and therefore, for that reason, says the Mishnah, Arev hayotzel achar chitom shtaros gam nechas minichayrin. So you can at least collect from nechas minichayrin. Benena says no, you shouldn't be able to collect. Not, of course, not nechas mishubadim. You can't collect from Arev even nechasim. You can't collect anything at all because he was totally not relying on him. Amar Rabba Bar Bachana Rabbi Yochanan Aval Pi Shekilas Rabbi Shmuel as Ben Nenis, and then the Mishnah says, if you want to learn Dani Mominus, learn from the best, learn from Shmuel, learn from Ben Nenis. Doesn't matter. Halacha Kamaisai. The halacha is basically not like him. Iboilu B'chanuk Mali. Amar Rabbi Shmuel. What's the din when it comes to B'chanuk? So we said, and I may have said it a little bit differently, B'chanuk doesn't mean the person's being killed, but a person is like being coerced, like almost strangled. The Malva is forcing him in the marketplace, give me my money, and you just don't believe what's going on, so you intervene, as it says, V'oimer lo hanachlo, leave the guy alone, I'll give you the money. So pater, why? Because even though it sounds like you're intervening and therefore you're accepting responsibility, but the original loan had nothing to do with you. So you're just doing it because you just didn't want to see this guy being basically harassed in the marketplace. So does he agree to that statement of Benenis or not? Ibolu b'chadak mali. So Rabbi Shmuel tashma. Rabbi Yaakov Rabbi Yochanan chadak haya cholka Rabbi Shmuel af b'chanuk. Halacha k'moso ein halacha k'maiso. So they do argue. The question is, what do we hold like? Tashma, the Chiyasa Rabbi Noam Rabbi Yochanan, Chanuk Hayir Bishmuel, Choluk Hayir Bishmuel Av B'Chanuk, Halacha Kamaisai Av B'Chanuk. And the halacha is like him, like Rabbi Shmuel, that you taka could collect at least from the Chasam and Chayrin. Amr B'Huda Shmuel, Chanuk, V'Kanu Miyadai Mishabed. So in the event, again, you have this person who is being harassed. But in addition to that, what ends up happening is you have, I must have skipped a whole long piece of Gemara. Let's go back. Okay, we got to go back. So we're at the two dots. Okay, I missed this whole piece. When it comes to, if the Arev wrote before the star was signed, then you can collect from the Nechas Mishabadim from the Arev because it was part of the Malva's calculation in lending him out. Then you can collect from Bnei Chayrin, which is the Tanakama's opinion, not Benena's. Zimnin Omer Rav Afil Koinim Chisim Shtaros and Gabe El Nechas Bnei Chayrin, which is pretty unbelievable that even before the signature, the Arev, you can only collect from Bnei Chayrin from him. So Kasha the Rav the Rav, Kasha Hadakasabe Ploni Arev, Hadakasabe U Ploni Arev. The question is, did you add the Vav? I knew I was missing like a major piece of this sugya. So if you have the word Vav, so you're basically connecting him. Says the Rashbam on the bottom. If you say just Ploni, so Hifsek Inyan, V'dimlu Sahadi Edim El Ashtar Del El Chud. Uploini Arev Vav Maisev Al Inyan Rishain Del Ashtar Vel Arabis Chasimi Sahadi. So the question is, are they testifying also on the Arev or not? So with the Vav, they are. Without the Vav, they're not. Rabbi Yochanan Omer Echad Zav Echad Ze'enu Goiva El Menachas B'nei Chayrim. Doesn't matter. Even there is a Vav, you only collect Nechas B'nei Chayrim. V'yafal Gav the Kasabe Uploini Arev. So Meisev Rava. So on this he asks a question. Eidim hachasumim al shila sholem beget if you have witnesses that testify regarding a get, shil shalom beget posel, beget posel. Chayshin and shema al shil shalom chasmu. Maybe they were just writing about the language of the get, but not on the get itself. B'yomer Rabbi Avola didim afarshali minei Rabbi Yochanan sheilu posel u sheilu kosher. So we see there is a distinction with out the vav and the vav. So how can you tell me that echad zeh should be the same din? It's because it was without a vav. Okay. Okay, now I feel a little bit better. Let's look at question 4. Arev hayotzi koidim chisim stars above him goyim mishubadim or only b'nei chayrin. So it depends. Arev the based in, if it's an arev in based in sarch, sorry, im kaseh ploini arev without a vav, then you only can't collect mishubadim. If you wrote uploini arev, then you do collect mechas mishubadim. So again, with the vav, you collect the chas mishubadim because it's like a regular milva b'shtar, which you can collect the chas mishubadim from the loiva. So too from the arev. Mashenkin, if there's no vav, then not. Okay, let's just read what we saw before. Masa ubalef near Bishmol v'chul. So Amar Rabba Barbachano Rabbi Yochanan Afal Pi Shekil Shem Bishmol as Benenis. Even though he praised him, halacha ma'isa, the halacha is not like him basically. Iboilhu b'chanuk mali. What's the thing when it comes to chanuk of being coerced? Mali Amar Bishmol. So Tashema Yom Rabbi Yaakov Amar Rabbi Yochanan Chol Chayim Bishmol Af b'chanuk. And you're right. He disagrees. He argues in that case too. So halacha ma'isa ain't halacha ma'isa. So Tashema. Tachiyas Rabbi Amar Rabbi Yochanan Chanuk Chayim Bishmol Chol Chayim Bishmol Af b'chanuk. V'lacha k'ma'isa Af b'chanuk. The halacha is like him. Halachas like Rabbi Shmuel that you can collect from the Chas B'nei Chayrin. So Amar Rabbi Yehuda Amar Shmuel Chanuk v'kanim yadai. Let's say it's Chanuk and there was a kinyan. The guy, the Arev who saw this in the marketplace of the guy being coerced, he actually made a kinyan, so mishtabed. So in that situation, the Arev is going to have an obligation. So Mechlal the Arev ba'al maloi boy kinyan, which is mashma only in this case because he made a kinyan, which is mashma you could still be an Arev without making a kinyan. Who pleaded Rav Nachman, Yom Rav Nachman, he's going to argue with him as we continue to the very last daf. You can see why it's a short daf. Arev the based in who the Lord boy kinyan. Only when it comes to in based in, you do not need a kinyan. And you're already obligated as an Arev. That says Rashbam, Dahi Hanad Deka Mihimnili based in Gomer Shabi Nafshi. The fact that you're being honored and respected and based in, that they trust you, so that's enough that you automatically are considered an Arev and all the obligations connected to it. And you don't need a kinyan. Haba Alma boy kinyan, but normally you do. Hilchasa Arev B'Shas Matan Mois, when the monies are being exchanged, little boy kinyan. Achar Matan Mois, if there's no monies exchanged anymore, it's happened afterwards, boy kinyan. Arev the based in Lord boy kinyan never. Which is basically what the Rashbam said. Okay, obviously we're stopping there. Let's look at question 5. Im Arev sarich kinyan. So bib based in never. However, not in based in b'shas matan mois you don't need a kinyan. Achar matan mois sarich kinyan. Okay. Question TA10. Is Arev Achar Matan Mois Ein Sarach Kinyan Liba de Hilchasa? It's going to be bebased. Arev de Based. Okay. Ayin Vavum. Kuf Ayin Vavum Beis. That's TA10. And last question. TB11. Ezu Arev Eino Sarach Kinyan Lahalacha. Two answers. A little bit of a curveball there. Arev mebesin mikol makoim, shar arevim b'shas matan mois. So b'shas matan mois, lo boy kinyan. This is TB11. Hanulach get pashid l'slikol masechtas Bava Basra, and tomorrow we're going to begin Masechtas Sanhedrin. Adkan.